I'm not insulted if I hear waving from behind me while we're davening. So page 214, Lulav's here, and we'll start our mincha service. Shreya shevetecha odio lucha sela. Shreyam shekacha lo. Shreyam shenai lo. Shiyol David arim kol hayam melech. Uruchas shekamo ben. Yodu chanam masecha v'chasidecha yivrachucha. Tilat and repeat Vivarach Basar Shinga Shalom Ved Vanaki Barach Yami Tabidalam Hallelujah. Those come doing so. Oh, sorry, not yet. Page 216. Ubalis Yon Goel Shav Peshav Yakunum Adonai Venizo Britia Tamarnai Ruchia Sherla Chadabar Shalom. The attack of Shev Tilo Israel the Carousel Zavi Amar Kadosh 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 and Nightzba Macharetz Kevodo. Vatisani Ruch Veshmacharek Rash Kadol Barak Vodrenai Mimakomo. Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaen. Adonai Lehi Abraham Yitzchak Yisrael Levatinu Shemazim. Sikat Chassid Shabbat Adonai Svodim Ram Gosel the Mazimach Avolim Medakabarim. V'ftechlu Chedesh Shemecha Kila Zadar Shech Adonai Adonai Chafetz Man Sigo Yidol Torah Ve'Yadir. We rise for the half Kaddish. Let's comfortable doing so. 217. Igadal Vigadash Shemir Abba Be'almadi Brakirte V'Mikmachute V'Chayechon V'Mechon V'Chayechon B'Yisrael Ba'agala V'Zman Kari V'Imru Amen Yehi Shmir Mevarach V'Lova Mel Maya Yibarach V'Ishtabach V'Yipar V'Jman V'Naseh V'Dar V'Dla V'Dalal Shmekadish Abrichu Leila Mikol Berachata V'Shirata Tishbachata V'Nechmata Damiram Be'alma V'Imru Amen. All right, we turn all the way to page 306. 306 for the Amidah, for festivals. It is the Mincha service. So we're following the instructions for Mincha, the afternoon service, and no other additions except for Sukkot, holiday of Sukkot. 306 through 314 individually. If you're still in the middle of your personal Amidah, please take as long as you need. Otherwise, we're back to page 306, the repetition. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu V'Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Yisrael Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Elah Gidol HaGibor V'Nara Elyon Gam Chasidim Tovim V'Gnei Yaakov V'Zachar Chazdei Avot Emevi Goal Yitnei V'Neihem L'man Shalom V'Yava Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen Baruch Ata Adonai Magen Avraham Ata Gibor L'Mranai Mechayim Eitim Atrav L'Oshia Mechakachem Mechased Mechayim Eitim Mechamim Rabim Somech Nofim V'Rofeh Cholim U'Matira Asirim U'Mekayim U'Munafel Shnei Afar Michamocha Bal Gevarot U'Midam Malach Melech Memit Mechayim Asmiach Yeshua V'Ne'eman Talach Hayom Eitim Baruch Adonai Mechayim Eitim Negadesh Chaba Long Geshem Shema Tishim Tobi Shema Ron Kakedu Yanim Yachad Karaza El Zevi Amar Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzvo Machlaris Kivodo Lumatamar Chumeru Baruch Kavod Remi Makamo Divrei Kachaka Tivle Mor Im Lo Chanel Lamayik Stin Levador Hallelujah Ledovador Nikolaka Ulenetzach Netzachim Kedushat Chanadish Vishapachal Hinipin Lashmed Kamakada Widosh Ata Baruch Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. May be seated. Page 309 or leader. Tzavach Hashem Kalamim, Avta Mersida Banu, Matana Koloshanot, Kedushan Episotecha, Karav Tana Makin Labadotecha, Shmagadol Vakadosh, Alina Kara, Tavati Tanlan, Odanalim Beava, Modin Simcha, Hagim is when this is something, Yom Chagas Sukkot as Mansa Lashini make our Kodesh say, Heli Tiamin, right, Ilhin Levatini, Elaviabovi, Yavir, Sevi Shamadi, Bakavi, Zachar Zigna, Nevidonino, Vizikon of Vachina, Vizikon Shepach, Nevadaka, Vizikon Shlamin Koshaka, Vizikon Kamai Sel, Fanekala Petala, Tabaka, Nikazar, L'chaim Shalom b'yom Chag HaSukkot hazeh Zarachinu Adonai Bo L'tova V'Pogdinu Bo Livracha V'Shienu V'Lechaim V'Dvar Zerav Rachamim V'Lus V'Chanim V'Rachamolinu V'Sheinu Ki L'chaininu Ki Amelachanun V'Rachum Ata V'Asinu Adonai Birkat Modecha L'chaim Shalom V'Sukkot Sason Kasher Asila V'Marda L'Varchinu Elohim L'Vatinu Kashem V'Zetecha V'Techa Tortecha Sabim V'Techa Samchim Shuatecha V'Tarli Beidin L'Avdecha B'Yemed V'Echlinu L'Elohinu V'Sim Chav Zason Modei Kashecha V'Simchu V'Chal Yisrael Mekadshei Mecha Baruch Adonai Mekadesh Yisrael V'Hazmanim Retza Adonai Mekadshei Yisrael V'Tam Sheva V'Techa V'Tam V'Tam Jarson Tamid Avdar Yisrael Mecha V'Techa Zena Nenu V'Shuchasim Rachamim Baruch Adonai Hamachas Yishkanato L'Tzion Modim Anachnu Lach. Atov kilo chaler rakamecha v'archekolet mechazedech me'olam kivinu lach v'yal kulam yiprach v'termam shimcha malkim tamilo lamved v'holachim yidachasala v'halu hashchamemet halajitei v'tinu sela baruch ata Adonai atov shimcha l'chanael lehodov Shalom Rav Yisramcha v'kol yishvei tavat tasim l'olam Ki atahu melchadon l'chol ha'shalom v'tobin ha'kol v'rachem chayisrael v'chol shashalmecha baruch ata Adonai Havrachim Yisrael Bashalom. We remain standing for the full Kaddish, which can be found on page 230. Igadav Igadash Meraba, Melamad Rakir Taylor, Tebrai, Hunvir, Hunvir, Rabba, Agalois Makriv, Meramin, Yehi, Shram, Baraf, Melmaya. Ibrafi Shabafi Parid, Magna Save it, David Levid Lost Mika Shaberchu, Layla Minga Berka Davisharta, Chipata, Nakwata Damir, Bemavimru, Amen, Hikabasan Hamad Hono Kosral, Kadam, Honish Mavimru, Amen, Hishnar Mishamaya, Vakim, Alino Kosravimru, Amen, Osteshalim Mafia, Seshalim, Alina Kosravimru, Amen, 231. Linu Leshabeach Ladona Kolate Gdula Leoser Preshid Shelo Asanang Goye Haratzod Velo Samanu Mishpachot Adama Shelo Samchel Kenu Kahem Vegohorel Linu Kechol Hamonam Ve'anachnu Korim Umishtachavim Umodim Livnei Melech Malchei Hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kativitortech Adonai Imlach Le'olam Va'ed V'nemar V'hayadonai Le'melech al kol haaretz Bayomahu Bayomahu Yadonai Echad U'Shemo 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 Echad.
Page 17, sorry, not at all, page 17. However, it is the 17th of October, and we are preserving yard sites of Frank Alexander, Alan Burnham, Judith Glassman, Gertrude Hirschman, Dorothy Holzer, Leona Cravat, and Jerome Martin Jr. Mourner's Cottage is on page,
232.
sure.
Yid Gadol, V'Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divra Kirute, Ve'amlich Malchute, Ve'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, V'agalau V'zman Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach, La'olam Alol Me'olam Haya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitdaleh, V'yitalal, Shmei Dekudesh Abrichu, Leila Minkol Berchata Vishirata Tishbechata Venechamata De Amiran Ba'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Rama Huya Oseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen.
Amen. I'll do a quick thought and then we can finish up. May be seated. In about, whenever I'm done talking, we will do Mariv, which is the evening service. And I would encourage you to look at page 45 with me. 45, this is like show and tell. So the bottom of page 45, this is a blessing where we ask for peace in the night. My father always used to joke, yes, just before I give a sermon is a time to say a prayer about sleeping peacefully. But if you look at the bottom, in the English, the last two lines, it says, may you spread us over us your canopy of peace. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all Israel, and over Jerusalem. However, if you look at the Hebrew, or even if you look at the bottom in the transliteration, the last three lines, Ufros lanu Sukkot Shalomecha. And we thank you, God, who spreads a Sukkot Shalom. So this is not just said on Sukkot, but year-round, in the evening service, on every Sabbath and festival, we talk about God spreading over us a sukkah of peace. So my question to all of you, and this is a chance to get really creative, is why would a sukkah be used as a metaphor for peace? Is it a good metaphor? Is it a weak metaphor? Why sukkah? Why not fortress? Right? Why sukkah? Or what's good or bad about? How does sukkah strike you as a metaphor or a language of peace? Don't all jump up at once. Yes, Miriam. Okay, so a sukkah is like the most fragile thing you can have, right? Like basically, if there is a tornado, like run from the sukkah into your trailer, right? That is like what you want, right? You do not want to be in a sukkah if there's any kind of weather whatsoever. And so peace maybe is very fragile, is very easily broken. So the implication is, so then why use this word? Like if we're asking God for peace, like that's a good definition, but like give me something different. Why? Any other ideas about why to use this word? Yes.
Sanctuary and covering and protection. So perhaps that's the way to look at it too.
So thank you. So when the Israelites are traveling in the desert, what we are remembering in part, one of the big memories of Sukkot is that we were schlepping through the desert and we were living in Sukkot, which is, we're in the middle of the desert. It's a fragile dwelling, and yet we were very protected. And there's a debate between two rabbis that may be going on in your head. So one rabbi says the Sukkot of the desert were literally the sukkah, like the hut, and says that no, the sukkah actually is the shelter of God's presence. So a literal sukkah is made of boards and other stuff you got at Home Depot on 3 hours before the holiday. But the other meaning of the sukkah is that it is something that is divine, that covers us in a different kind of way. So in fact, the same word, schach, which is like a great word to pronounce if you have phlegm, schach, has sukkah sounds in a row. The same root is used to describe the wings of the cherubs covering us over. So part two. Any other, Ravi, and then, yes.
Yeah, I was actually about to stop because
So peace is about being able to see the random comet or being able to see the stars in general. Marissa, you had something.
At peace or feeling peace, you're also feeling comfort and people coming together and joy.
So, right, so Sukkah is where a lot people can come together in different kinds of ways. So maybe the implication of the Sukkah is we're gathering for peace. And so a gathering creates a sense of peace. I will offer you one last thought. It'll be time for Mar of the evening service. If, and this is a little bit technical on Sukkot, I love the like nitpicky technical details. So it turns out that a sukkah is made of natural materials, but cannot actually be all natural. So let's say you have a very leafy tree and you're like, this is a great sukkah. Nope, it does not count. You actually have, the branches have to be detached from the earth. It actually requires, in order to be a sukkah, human effort must have been involved. You can't just like climb into a haystack and be done. You actually have to make it. Even though the materials have to be all from nature, at least for the roof, it's not a sukkah unless you gathered up the branches, unless you did something to it. And so maybe the other idea is that in order to have a sukkah of peace, that peace is something that, yes, it comes from God. Yes, there's blessings. Yes, it's fragile, but peace only comes from people, that we make peace, that even though God can extend wishes down to us, peace only happens when people themselves want to make it. So my prayer on this Sukkot is that maybe we are just a little bit closer to peace than we were yesterday. I don't know. But we are going to continue now with Mari, the evening service on page 39A. If you have not yet had a chance to shake the lulav and would like to before darkness hits, Rabbi Bright will definitely hook you up, and I am her backup. But everyone else, page 39A, please rise for Baruch Hu, the formal call.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vaed. May be seated. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Umavir yom umevi laila mavdil yom avein laila Adonai tzvot shemo achai v'kayan tamidi mochalenu le'olam vaed baruch atah Adonai hamari v'aravim avad olam Yisrael chav V'avadcha tasser mimenu l'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. 41. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lachtecha v'derech Ushach becha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot ayadecha, vayulit odafot beinenecha, uktavtam am mezuzah beitecha, visharecha, v'hayam shmoti. Adonai Elohechem emet, v'manachot zavakim l'inu kiran alhinu bein zlah tavon shkolamam. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe Miriam u'bnei Sulchani Shira b'simcha rabah v'yamru chulam Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh Norati lo tosef eleh Malchutecha v'necha b'chem v'shezeli anu v'yameru Adonai imloch leolam v'evan emar ki v'dadon ad Yaakov v'golom echazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael Ashkivin Adonai l'shalom Avinu l'chayim l'chayim Sukkot shalom Ushmor seitenu, uvoenu lechaim, shalom yataviado, lama prosalenu, sukkot shalom mecha, baruch Adonai, apares sukkot shalom alenu, v'kolamo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We rise, those comfortable doing so, page 46. Vayidaber Moshe et moadei Adonai, el b'nei Yisrael, Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'amad yivrak yirutei, v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'mechon, v'chayedechol beit Yisrael, b'agalav yizman kariv, v'meru, amen, yehi shmira m'varach, l'olam olamei alamaya, Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'tamam v'naseh v'tadar v'talev v'talal shmei nekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol berachata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechemata da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. The Amidah for the evening is found also on page 306 for the festival Amidah. The same thing, except this time we're following the instructions for Arvit, the evening service, 306 through 314 for Sukkot. Still in the middle of your personal Amidah. Please take as long as you need. Otherwise, we turn back to page 54. Remain standing for the full Kaddish. Yigdav yigdav shmera ba b'amadi b'rakirte v'mikmachute b'chayechon v'mechon v'fedechol b'disrael ba'agalav v'zmakri v'maramein yehi shmera v'mevarach v'lam v'almaya yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'tmam v'naseh v'tadar v'talev v'talas m'kedusha b'richu le'elam v'kabarchata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechmata da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen tikabal tzadhon v'adhon ach Yisrael kodam ovahon v'ishmai v'imru amen yehi shalom rabbi min shamaya v'chim alinu v'chol Yisrael v'imru amen oseh shalom v'ramav yoseh shalom alinu v'chol Yisrael v'imru amen. Kiddush is in the Sukkah. We turn ahead to Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol late gedula leotzer breshit shelo asan goyei haratzam velo samanik mishbechot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem begor aleinu kechol hamonam ve'anachnu korim v'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech Malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehunot HaShamayim ve'yosed haaretz, U'moshe v'karo b'shamayim imam, U'shminatu zo, V'gavhei meromim, Eloheinu Einon, Emem Malkeinu Efezulato, Yagatu betorato ve'atata hayom v'hashivota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim v'shamayim imal ve'al haaretz mitachad eino l'kanachad l'chad l'meinu le'amen. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. 59, a song for the season. ודוד אדוני ריבי רע הנביא יוחזני השיר באיזה מלא לולהם מתי לרוב טוב הנאמר סחיין קבל אדוני חזק ביאמס לבך וקבל אדוני.
And tonight we are observing a number of yard sites as well. We're remembering Max Feinberg, Morris Friedman, Livia Reisman, Barbara Rubin, and Eric Schaff. Mourner's Kaddish, page 58.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה
Amen.
ועלמא דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי וחייכון ויומייכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם לעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה ברכו Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrama huya oseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen. Chag Sameach Yasher Koach, Rabbi K, thank you for leading us. Rabbi Bright, thank you for getting us all shook up. You can be seated for just a minute. Welcome, everyone, those who are here for services, those who are here to head outside. Just a reminder, there's actually a cultural appropriation Shabbat dinner tomorrow night. Mi Sukkah es Su Casa. It is Mexican, it is dairy. There is room for more people if you want to come back. There is a Waffle Hut Echad Sukkot program on Sunday night at 5 if you have kids under the age of 5. And B'nai Torah women are having mahjong in the Sukkah on Tuesday night. Next week, we have Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah, which is the anniversary on the Hebrew calendar of October 7th. So in the morning, there is Yizkor, and we'll have some additional remembrances for those who are being remembered that day. And in the evening, our theme will be We Will Dance Again. So our school-age kids will be helping lead some of the Hakafot. Dancing with the Torah, there will be food, there will be drinks as well. And we hope to make it something special and meaningful to show that our joy cannot be taken from us. And then we'll do the same thing Friday morning, but possibly with fewer people. Rabbi Bright is blessing the pets on November 3rd. And then also coming up, October 29th, we are sponsoring a community-wide event with the leadership of Givat Chaviva, a village in Israel that brings together Israeli Jews and Arabs to create deeper understanding. And on November 4th, we are hosting a special night with Israeli comedian Benji Lovett. So a lot of fun things going on. Tomorrow morning, for those of you who are interested in that sort of thing, services are at 9, tomorrow night at 6:30. So let me wish everyone a Chag Sameach. The plan is this. We are going to do Yigdal, which is the closing hymn. When I say we, I mean Rabbi K and us following him. And I'm gonna ask everyone to, if you have a prayer book, leave it on that cart on the way out. We will assemble outside to hear Kiddush and Hamotzi together. And then those who are of the appropriate demographic will stay with Rabbi Bright and do their thing. A couple of people are coming with me. I will take you. Everyone else, please enjoy Chal and grape juice. All right.
62. Yigdal Elohim chai ve'yishtabach nimtza v'nei tel metziuto echad v'en yachid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam min sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf lo naroch elav kedushato Kanmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon vein reshit lereshito Ino adon olam v'chol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefa nevuato netano el anshe segulato v'tifarto Lo kam b'Yisrael kemoshe od Naviu mabit et munato Torah demed natan le'amo el al yan nevi'io neman beito Lo yachalifa el velo yamir dato Le'olamim lezulato Sofevio deas et areinu mabit lezot davar bekadmato Gomel ish chasek yamifalo Noten l'rashara kerishato Yishlach leketz yamin meshichenu Liftop mechakeketz yeshuato Meitim yechayel berov chazdo Baruch adei Shem tehilato Meitim yechayel berov chazdo Baruch adei Shem tehilato. To the Sukkah.